Here we are at Vocabulary Unit 12. So we should be old hands at all this by now. You know, pay attention to what I'm saying, try to ignore the fact that I'm really annoying, figure out what the word means. The first word is acrid. So we see this person whose tongue is sticking out and it's forked for some reason. It says, boy, was that orange acrid. Acrid is an adjective, right? It's describing the orange. In this case, what it means is harsh in taste or odor. We've got the tongue sticking out, so we're going to think taste. Sharp in manner or temper. So we could describe the taste of something. So for example, the taste of lemons, or it could describe the smell, like the smell of something burning, right? It's harsh, it's painful, it kind of like makes your nostrils flare up because it's unpleasant. Or it could describe a person who has a very acrid personality, or they're a very acrid person where they're harsh or mean and you don't really like them. Irritating. All right, and our next word is callous. All right, so we have this picture here, and the cat is being described as callous because you've got this poor kid who is throwing up in his underpants into a toilet, and that cat does not care. That cat is callous because it is emotionally hardened, unfeeling, doesn't care what he's doing. All right, so you might have some teachers who might sadly be callous to your concerns. They don't care when you have excuses. Or you might know someone who's very selfish. They don't care about anyone but themselves. That means that they're emotionally hardened, they're unfeeling, they are callous. All right, clandestine. So clandestine means secret, concealed, underhanded. So if we think about spies, spies go on clandestine missions. They go on missions where they are secret, where no one's supposed to know what's happening. All right, elated. We can see how very happy this boy is. He's so happy that he is throwing his arms up into the air. He's not just happy, he is elated. He is in high spirits. He is jubilant. He is extremely pleased. So you might feel elated on the last day of school or at graduation or on your birthday. If you won the lottery, certainly you would be elated. All right, overjoyed, tickled pink. All right, so again, we don't want to say someone's just very happy. We can say that they're elated. They're so happy that they're being lifted up into the air almost. All right, irrelevant. All right, irrelevant means not relevant, obviously, and we know what relevant means. Relevant means having to do with what we're talking about. So irrelevant means not to the point, not applicable or pertinent, having nothing to do with what's actually being discussed. So if we're having a class and we're learning about a book and someone raises their hand and gets called on and they say, I saw Avengers 2 this weekend, that comment would be irrelevant. It wouldn't be related to the book we're talking about. Or they walk into class and they say, my favorite color is orange, but we're talking about the relationship between Romeo and Juliet. Well, your favorite color is irrelevant. All right, nocturnal. Nocturne means night. So nocturnal is an adjective meaning of or occurring in the night or under the cover of darkness. So we often describe animals as nocturnal, animals that are alive at night. You know, obviously they're alive all the time, but animals that are active at night. Bats are nocturnal. Owls are nocturnal. Most people, are diurnal, which means that they're active during the day. And that's the opposite of nocturnal, is diurnal. Quell. All right, quell is to subdue, put down forcibly. So now we have here a picture of a quarterback. Now, quarterback doesn't tackle people. He's not putting down things forcibly. What he's doing is quelling rumors. He's subduing the rumors. So there's a rumor that he's injured. He quells the rumor by saying, no, it's fine. Look, I'm not hurt at all. All right, so it's a verb. You could quell a riot. You could quell rumors. You could quell the misbehavior, to subdue it, to put it down forcibly, to end an argument. You would quell the argument. All right, ruminate means to meditate or to think about at length. So if you ask me a complicated problem that really takes a lot of thought that I can't give you a quick answer to, I might ruminate about it for a while. When we say that we're going to think things over, when we're going to sleep on something, when we tell someone that we're going to get back to them about it, it's so that we can ruminate, we can think about it at length. tacit. So you see here, these guys are looking at each other and they've got this thought bubble coming up, but they're not actually saying anything. So tacit means unspoken, silent, but implied. So we could have a tacit agreement. So that means we never specifically said that we were going to work together, but we both understood that we were going to work together. So when you're flirting with someone, you might be tacitly understood, or there might be a tacit understanding that you both like each other, even though neither of you said, I like you, I like you. Tangible is an adjective, and it means capable of being touched, real, concrete, solid. So any object, the table that you're sitting at right now is tangible because you can reach out and touch the table. The wall is tangible. Your body is tangible because you can touch it. We can talk about something being tangible instead of being immaterial. So if we think love isn't tangible. You can't hold love, you can't touch love. But a wedding ring that symbolizes love, the wedding ring is a tangible representation of the love. It's a physical, solid thing that you can touch that represents something that is intangible, like love. So the ring would be tangible, love would be intangible. And that's it. And as always, don't forget to study and to do your work. Good luck to you.